How long was that note? I could have gone and made a cup of tea during that. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. That helps me out a lot, and hopefully that makes sure you don't miss any of these when they go live. We are back with more Unleash the Archers, and I cannot wait. Funny enough, on the day that I'm recording this, it's actually the launch day of their brand new album, Abyss. If you haven't heard it, make sure you go and get it. What we've heard from the album so far is incredible, and I know they're very proud of it. So let's go make sure we support them and get some new great music in our playlists. I can't wait for more new music videos, more lyric videos, and one day more live performances from the new album. But I do have unfinished business. I have a lot of the Apex album that I need to still get through. I'm going to listen to a lot of that in my own time, in my own personal capacity, but I am going to do more reactions of that as well. And then there's even older stuff like today's reaction that you guys have been asking for a long time, and I'm finally getting around to it. So without further ado, Unleash the Archers, General of the Dark Army official video. Let's see what you got. You know what's really nice about this intro? I know a lot of their stuff is concept and story based, and you can see with the video we're in for another one of those stories, which is awesome. I love when there's a really a lot of effort put into the visual, not just the music. Super nice, delicate start. Just the bass picking a couple notes, and it gave me like a Chili Peppers vibe when I just heard that bass. And then when the acoustic guitar came in, so thoughtful. It's picking at a higher volume, but the notes are still aligning with the core notes of that bass. So just really smart, really delicate, and just nice to listen to. Okay, so I try and never pause during a solo. I hope I haven't done the same here. He was ringing out, so hopefully it's kind of moving into something else. Let's go back just a little bit to catch the essence. If you want to know how powerful lead guitar can be, how powerful solos can be, then put them on top of something simple. When you look at that, just a simple drum beat, that acoustic guitar, you can hear all the emotion, the characteristics of some of the technique he's playing, his personality on top of it. Every guitar player has a different personality, and you can hear it even if they're playing the exact same solo. Really pretty, really beautiful. Makes you feel like it's an emotional thing. Okay. Okay, whoa. I was talking about the delicate start. I'm actually really happy that they didn't build it slowly anymore. I'm glad that they did what they did, and then just a simple quick roll into this heavy piece. You could hear the scream. You could hear a lot of trem picking. We'll go back a bit there. Cool place to stop on. That may be a thumbnail. And just aggressive, smart, technical. I love what he did with his snare work. So he was hitting that snare on kind of on every count. So it was 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and he was hitting it on every accent there. And then when he switched to his ride cymbal, he kind of syncopates that, and you hear him drop out of 1 or 2 of them. And it's just really nice because, again, it's one of those things he didn't have to do. If he just played that kind of faster piece where he was accenting every count and every count in between, you would never have thought, oh, I wish he did something different, but it's just thoughtful. They're good, but we know this. Okay, hang on. Man, her voice is special. You know, she didn't start out too high or too low, kind of just, you know, in the middle register for her, just, but powerful. Such clarity in the words. Just a lot of control on that vibrato to make sure you give just enough that it sounds really special and iconic. Wow. What a lovely canvas for her to sing on top. It wasn't these long, you know, strummed chords ringing out the distortion. It was nice lead work. It was intricate drumming. And then her singing this beautiful, delicate melody on top. It's a nice contrast, but it's beautifully written. I know this is much older, but you can hear the care in their music even then. Nice layering. How long was that note? I could have gone and made a cup of tea during that. That's cool. That's really cool. Also, not a very fair fight. Guy in all the armor. Guy in none of the armor. I mean, looks tired. He's looking after his wife. She looks tired. He looks energized and shiny. It's not fair. That was a long note, and there was definitely a nice vocal harmony on that. A lot of control, consistency, nice screams in the back. Those alternating screams. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Everything is very cool. Striking for the art, blackened from the sun. His evil crawls into your mind, sending shivers down your spine. Here's the night. Wow, okay. Let's start with the video. Not cool, man. Not cool. I love what she does whenever, even if she's not singing actual words and she's just making like vocal sounds and phrases. Her melodies are great. They're well thought out. The song feels really well joined up together. The transitions between all the pieces they play in is really cool. It's nice. It's definitely, you know, you can hear how much it's evolved and how much it's changed, and that should be the case. Bands should never play the same album over and over and over again, because one, they would never want to, and they would eventually break up. They have to evolve. They have to have their creative outlet needs to become something new. It needs to keep changing with their maturity. And I think this is a fantastic song for as old as it is. I think it came out in, I want to say 2010, 2011. I think that's what I read, but I'm not sure if I'm wrong. I also keep thinking about who had to carry those speakers out into the woods, and that's a nightmare. Okay, so this knight is not a good man, but what she's doing there vocally is quite nice. When she's doing those dun dun dun, the vocal phrasing, the guitar's lining up with that, and I should have picked it up earlier, but those little lead pieces in between the palm muting where they get their palm just off there to get the full tonation, that's lining up with the vocals, which makes me start to think about how they wrote the song. Did someone come up with that riff and then she thought that's a nice thing and I'll fill the gaps, or did she come up with that piece and they just wrote the guitar to it? Very interesting. I'd love to talk to them about that.
power he displays is infinite. I followed as he goes. A mountainside will shake with his might, crush your soul to ash. No escaping his wrath, he failed to last.
Okay, so I love musically that not everything has to be always on, always full, always intense. So there's those rolls with the ring out and then another roll, and you let the vocals be the hero there, and then everything joins up. It feels like they go their separate ways for just a little bit, and then they'll come back together again. Very much involved in the story now, and he's obviously seen the ring, and he's remembering his wife, who I'm assuming some other shiny dude took away from him. Come on, guy. Come on, man. What a groove.
Striking for the earth, blackened from the sun. His evil crawls into your mind, sending shivers down your spine. Here's the night.
Hang on, I didn't know they're going to bring the heavy on us. That is sick. That's awesome. I am noticing that there's a lot more screaming in this song than there is in their more recent stuff. And I've actually mentioned that in some of my reactions, where the screaming is actually quite well placed and it feels like it's there when it needs to be. In this song, I definitely feel the same. There's much more of it. The frequency of which and the volume of the screaming is definitely more pronounced. I like it. I like the heavier stuff too.
Sending shivers down your spine. Here's the night.
Oh, that little bit there where it just lined up with the rolls. Awesome. Great accents. That's interesting. Whenever I hear a vocal pairing where it's a screamer and a singer, and one's echoing the other, it's usually the other way around. It's usually the clean vocal and then the scream echoing behind. So it's nice to see that change. I don't know if that was a purposeful thing or if that's something they do quite often, but it was nice to hear. I love that. I love the whole that kind of deadpan face, kind of speaking while you have the screaming in the back and mimicking that. As she hit that really high notes, I'm like, there she is. Because I was going to comment and say that a lot of her harmonies on this are really high, really low, and she's showing that range, and she's definitely doing an amazing job of that. But she hasn't kind of led with that in the way she has in some of the more newer stuff. And then she hit that, and I was like, there she is. But this is how sick is this? Is like a breakdown. So cool, so cool.
Will never die. Hunger for the dark, striking for the earth, black and
and now switching to the double time, they've dropped it down, and then went into their breakdown, and when they came back into this, that sounds like the chorus piece again. Really nice that they've sped it up. It's small things that are like kind of switches for me. They feel a little bit inverted from what you usually hear, and that's always nice.
I'm sending shivers down your spine. Here's the night. Whoa.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there because I think the rest of it is just the cast runoff. I didn't think it would end like that. That's a sad tale. But to be honest, very, very, very effective. I was drawn into the story. I was drawn into the music, and sometimes probably too much into the story where I probably missed a couple of things. But I thought it was a really good song. Just everything I know from them: technicality, great melodies, impossible ability, and just something that I could listen to it right now again. And it's rare on this channel because sometimes you listen to stuff and whether it's good or not, it can be either really intense or really draining. This felt really good. This felt in a place where I could just listen to it straight away again. And I know it's older, but I'm glad I got around to it because it's a great song, and clearly it's a pillar of their evolution, and I'm glad to have shared that experience with you. So thank you so much for nagging me. Apologies it took so long, and I can't wait to get onto some of the newer stuff. I'll try and get this out as soon as I can. You know the schedule goes, juggling everything around. But until the next one, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.